Good morning. Okay, so the FTSE 100 on the European Open. Okay guys, in terms of intraday trading, I will be looking for short positions intraday in the morning session. As you can see, in terms of where futures opened last night in relation to where the price is currently sitting at, you can see that there is a significant gap that has to be filled. Okay, so that gap will be filled at some point. Okay, so again, I'll be looking for short positions intraday in the morning session of the FTSE 100. Okay, here we go. Hopefully we get a decent open here. Bank holiday yesterday, so it'll be interesting to see if we get a little bit extra volume this morning after yesterday's bank holiday. Okay, so there's the open. Okay, good. Hopefully this continues to push down. Okay, I mean there is definitely a lack of volume in this open. You can see that straight away. It's a bit disappointing. You can see that the price action is slow. There's virtually no volatility. But it might be delayed. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay with that volume coming through. But certainly at the moment there's a real lack of volume. I mean it's hardly moving. Okay, so I'm actually going to look to go short on this candle. So the second candle's dropped off. It's made a higher high. Now it's continuing to get rejected though. But there is definitely a real lack of volume in this open, lack of volatility. Price action is slow. Okay, we're seeing some nice rejections to the resistance level now on this candle. It is trying to retest. Very, very slow indeed. Okay, beautiful rejection to the resistance level that time. That was a major rejection. Look at the size of that rejection. Now it's probably going to go and try and retest again. Yeah, another nice little rejection that time. Okay, so third candle's dropped off, failed to make a higher high. Okay, we've got a red candle this time. You can see that it's starting to run out of steam now. So we just need a nice little pullback. Okay, we've got a rejection to the support level that time. It is a bit frustrating with the lack of volume. Got another rejection there to the support level. That's not what we want to see. We want to see that rejection to the resistance level because we want to see this pullback. Another rejection there to the support level. Okay, so four candles dropped off, but it's made a lower low, so that's a good sign. Again, it's just very frustrating with the lack of volume, lack of volatility, slow price action. It's not what we want to see when we're scalp trading. We want to see that volatility. So it just seems to be hanging around in operating in this relatively tight price range now. I mean, we are basically waiting on this pulling back, and at some point it will, but there's just such little volume. It's like a tug of war between longs and shorts, which is causing it to operate in a relatively tight price range. Okay, so it's made a higher high this time. Okay, so you know what we got to do, guys. So I've had to take a loss there. If it makes a higher high, you got to take that loss. But we've seen a nice rejection again to the resistance level. You've got to take that loss. I mean, I've been saying it for years. If it makes a higher high or a lower low when we're scalp trading, okay, it's different when you're intraday trading or swing trading, but when we're scalp trading, if it makes a higher high or a lower low against your position, you have to take the loss, and that's exactly what I done. It's so important to do that. We cannot afford to wait and see, not when we're scalp trading. We can do that in intraday trading and reevaluate, but you just can't do it. So I've already taken one loss. I mean, it's not a big loss, but it's a loss all the same. So I've actually gone in for a second time. If I need to take that second loss, I'll take the second loss. Okay. I can't emphasize enough the importance of just, especially when we are scalp trading, to just walk away. So certainly I'm in a second losing position at the moment. And again, if it makes a higher high, I will walk away. And you know what the rule is, guys, when we're scalp trading, you take the 2 trades, and if you're red after the 2, you're done, you're finished. This is a long trade. You know, we don't usually hold positions this long when we're scalp trading. Okay, so I've got a nice rejection that time to the resistance level. So it's starting to look like I might have to take a second loss, or will I? I mean, especially when we're scalp trading, we have to protect our capital, because with these bigger scalp size positions, you can be hundreds down in seconds. That's why it's so important to maintain that level of discipline. And that's the hardest part, isn't it? When the trades are easy, everything's easy. But when the trades are going against you, when you're scalp trading, that's where discipline comes in, where you just got to pull the plug and say, no, I've had enough for today. So the longer that we're in this position, especially a scalp size position, the more risk that we are actually absorbing. I mean, at this stage, I know that there will be a pullback at some stage. And if you've got a smaller swing size stroke intraday size position, you can afford to hold for that longer period of time to wait and see. But when you're playing with a bigger scalp size position, it's just too much risk. So I'm actually going to take a second loss. So let me just liquidate. I've taken a second loss. I don't have an issue with it. I really don't have an issue with that at all. It's important that we do that. But what I will be looking for now is, once this, and I'm glad that I did, see, there's a perfect example as to why you have to apply that tight risk management when you're scalp trading. When we're intraday trading or swing trading, we can allow it to move a little bit more, but not when we're scalp trading. And that's why. Now, I know that this will pull back at some stage, but I'm not going to come back and say, oh, I wish I'd have held it a little bit longer, because I knew it was going to pull back. But what happens if it doesn't? What happens if it shoots up 10 or 20 points with a scalp size position? You could be down 1,000. Okay, so the play for the intraday approach is still short positions intraday in the morning session.